Alright, here we go. So I'm playing some sprites, and the name of the game with sprites is to out-resource your opponent. So this time I'm playing my Runick sprite variant, and this will show why this is the most powerful deck in the game, and I'll show why. So I'm going to start off with the Runick engine right here so I can get that access to the field spell so that way I can draw some cards. So I'm going to activate the field spell, and then I'm going to summon out a Spright carrot so that way I can't get impermed. Of course, if he would have impermed me, he would have already done it by now, but this just pretty much stops any spell and traps right here. I'm going to draw 3 cards. And then I'm going to go ahead and start off with Jet. Jet will grab another copy of Starter. Now, I know you're probably wondering, if you already have Starter in your hand, why are you grabbing another Starter? Why didn't you grab Smashers? Well, because on my opponent's turn, I want to be able to activate Starter to get a body on the field, and then go ahead and start making extensions, grab Smashers, whatever the case may be, because the name of the game is out-resource your opponent. And at this point, I've already built up a strong enough board that I know it's going to take everything in his hand to pretty much break through what I'm going to put up, right? So I go ahead and put out Starter. Starter's going to put out Blue. Blue will grab me Red. That's the monster negate. Go ahead and do the Eebly lock, summoning out Spright Elf right here. Put Eebly on my opponent's side of the field. So now that's another problematic monster that my opponent's going to have to deal with. I got Spright Red and Carrots in the graveyard right here. I can bring it back with Spright Elf, and then I put Dark on the field. Now the reason I put Dark on the field is so that way I can go into Crusade Avermax. Now I always try to plan ahead, so I want to go into Crusade Avermax on my opponent's turn to pretty much stop them from just crashing into my negates, to stop them from just crashing into my IP Masquerade if they don't need to, or whatever the case may be. I wanted to have Dark up here so that way I can go IP Masquerade plus Dark into Mecha Crusade Avermax. And it actually comes up right here in a meaningful way, and I'll show why. So he's going to activate Sunny Snitch, so I'm going to just use the effect of Destruction, why not? And then he chained Smashers. Now here's the funniest thing, because he chained Smashers to this, I'm going to chain IP Masquerade and Spright Elf. I want to get both of these effects out before he hits either of these 2 cards. And what's the best card to go into for me right here? I bring Carrot back so I can have that other negate online, and then I bring out Crusade Avermax. Now he has to target Crusade Avermax over everything else. Now this card is untargetable, but this card does not target, it just banishes something. But putting Crusade Avermax became the biggest threat on the field for my opponent. He has to target this card right here, or not target it, but he has to banish Crusade Avermax. This card's already gotten his effect off. These 2 cards right here can just be easily run over and just destroy, whatever the case may be. But if he does not get rid of Crusade Avermax, then pretty much he'll have a hard time beating anything, because this card right here, most players only run Smashers at 1, and most players only have 1 Smashers. They don't have a lot of cards to basically use to get to go against me. But using this card right here is pretty good because it gets rid of the Eebly lock for him, and it also banishes something for me, right? So I go for a draw 1. He activates Ash Blossom. So now he's got 2 cards in hand. One of those cards is Harpy's Feather Duster. Since he's wiping my back row, I really don't care about these back row. This card right here already got its effect through, and I don't have any more Runicks in my hand, so I really don't care. I really was just starting to combo off with Runicks, so that's completely fine by me. I go ahead and flip Starter so I can get something on the field so I can use these 2 effects. Go ahead and put Jet out, and Jet is going to grab me my Smashers. Now this is a big threat for my opponent, because now they know that whatever this 1 card is, it's probably going to get negated by Red or Carrot, so they have to summon this card onto the field. If it's a monster, it has to have enough attack to it to basically crash into a 1900 attack monster and a 1800 attack monster, or one of the other. And then not only that, but it also has to be able to then activate its effect after to go ahead and start making plays. So if it's a monster, it needs to crash into Red to pretty much stop Red from being able to activate its effect to stop monsters. If it's a spell and trap, it needs to be able to play through carrot. So the only thing that can really do something like that would be something like super poly. And I mean, is there anything that you could actually super poly and clear my board with? And on top of that, you don't have a hand, so even super poly wouldn't work in this scenario. So there's really nothing he can do right here. He has a one card, and I have smashers, so whatever it is, even if he were to crash and then end his turn, whatever, I could just banish whatever it is on my turn. That's why Runick Spright is so powerful, because it's basically like a marathon. It's not necessarily that you're putting up strong monsters, strong spell and traps. It's just an overwhelming amount of things that your opponent have to deal with to break through your board, so then that way they can beat you. So he pretty much just quits. I mean, super super powerful. So hopefully you guys understood why I say this particular variation is the best variation that you can play, and hopefully you like the video. Let me know in the comment section what you want to see next. I got a bunch of different decks. If you want to see one of those decks, I've posted a bunch of videos showing off my different deck list. I got live twin sprites if y'all want to see that. I got runic sprites. I can show more of this. I got pure sprites. I got some crazy dark magician deck. Um, I could also show off, since they buffed thunder dragons, I could show off my thunder dragon deck. I got a ton of decks. Whatever you want to see, just kind of let me know in the comment section. Maybe I'll showcase something else, or I'll just keep playing sprites. All right, peace.